I must have to walk within that fullness to redeem the people, to redeem ourselves. Truly. So you see that we have, we go on the journey quite a long time now, and many of us claim that we are working, but still you don't sometimes start the work yet. I'm about a long lock switching down and you know what I mean. And you find the same colonial system out there on the street. You drinking rum and smoking cigars, same way as you pass down past with a Guinness stout bottle in her hand, a beer bottle in her hand. You see what I mean? Yeah. 3, 4, 5 girls, 6, 7, 4 women. You see what I mean? And those life is not the art of righteousness. Far out of it. If you are saints, you must walk in the land among the people as a saints of the Most High. If you're a prophet, you have to show the people that you're a prophet. You must show the people the cleanliness of life.
Thank you. Could you tell us a bit about the role of Rasta women? The role of Rasta women.
The role of Rasta women?
Yeah.
Well, it compares to the same thing, you know, because we have been seeing our sistering today have the same pollution. Many of our sistering today, you know, they just overstand because the brethren then don't set that light in the right manner, because I have seen that very great struggle and ticklish things is among us, because it needs something. In every different land I go, you find this type of struggle between sistering and brethren, and you know what I mean, or departing from one another. Sometimes a sister and brethren live together. Now you see a power like this, you see, when you are in the world, you're just in the world. But now I say, I am in the world and not of the world. So from you open your eye open, and you see this liberty, you must be a very different person, especially among the sistering. Now, as it given in the law coming that a woman is supposed to marry more than one husband. If you want to be an ancient woman, you don't supposed to marry more than one husband. And if you case that you marry again, you have to wait till that if that husband die, then you're free from the law of marriage. You can choose another husband. But if your brethren, if that brethren man is still alive, you can't really go and marry a next man. Now, our colonial life teaches us about marriage. Sometimes a woman spend all them days out in the world here, and when them becomes 30, 40 going up, then go join a church and speak about marriage. Now, probably that woman may pass through 2, 3 men already. You see what I mean? She become probably a prostitute. And yet she going in the church, but join the church and seeking marriage. Now, our ancient order is that when a woman or a man seeking a wife, you must always take a young virgin and call her your wife. In the ancient time, there was no opportunity for a man to just see a young daughter, and if you don't correspond with the parents and things like that, and if I touch her, you're dead for you. Do you remember those things? Yes. If you don't correspond with the parents and unity with the parents to say, I see that daughter, and if I touch her, and put you the law put you to death, because such sin then doesn't want in the land, because we don't want no whore and no prostitute in the land, because when you go and defile that woman there to live of the flesh and depart from her, where you leave her to? When she right husband come now, what happened to her? Come find a polluted person. Now those laws we don't custom about. You see what I mean? So in this liberty of the sistering them, a man is that the sistering have to really take up this thing more considerable among themselves. Consider rewind it again. Because sometimes you go in here, you find this brethren here have 2, 3 picnic with this daughter here, and you leave him, and the man come take her up. this man come have another one picnic with it and leave her, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those things are bad life for living. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. If you take up your scripture, especially Timothy 6 and all them things, Timothy 3 or 5 and 6. You know what I mean? It is not right. It's very bad. It isn't right through the scripture. These things are not right. The law of our liberty or commandment that they are sure unto an eye from such time. We have to try to live it and our sister today. You know, these are the conditions of life. Sometimes when I look in myself with the grief, I know, say, well, you know, a one who have on a long locks, and you should know better, and still those are the things that you're still doing. You know what I mean? You see, so, you see, it doesn't, the judgment rests on both sides, it both rests on the brethren and the sister. Yeah. Because the brethren is the head, the man is the head. So he's supposed to, when him say anything that is go bad, he's supposed to put a correction to it. But instead of that, man just run into it, just the lust of the flesh. The greed is not man, the lust of the flesh. A man just run into these things. You see a daughter and look beautiful in eye and all them things. And you don't correct from our liberty, our living. You understand? Before you just rush and just go and you're defiling, you're just going from defiling to defiling. And cause the woman may not understand what is the tradition and the liberty. She just takes it as love and say, and that way, and you know, the whole thing becomes amalgamated. So we have to go and rewind ourselves again, you know. You understand? Because take on our ancient father, Abraham. He married one wife, Sarah, and he never take her to no Babylon. He never put on a ring on her finger. But the law, the Levitical law of Moses says, when you lie with a woman, is your wife. You remember the woman of Samaria? The Samaritan woman, when Christ meet the woman at the well side, and said, woman, give her some water out the well, and the woman said, but you know, a Samaritan woman no have no deal with a Samaritan, have no deal with the Jews. If the Christ said to him, if you know water after you'll give him water to drink. But Christ, the woman said, well, the well is deep and I don't want nothing to draw the water. You understand? I mean, she said, Christ said, well, drink up my water. My water is the water that if you drink up my water, you never thirst again. You want to say, what? What kind of water that? But instead of she look up ahead now, she look down in her flesh. You understand? I can't say, but I must say, you know, you know, man business. So I must say, I said, what's it? But Christ said to her, so I said, how many husbands you have? And she kind of stubborn for hands. So well, Christ said, at least you have 5 husbands already, and even the very one that you have is not your one. You see what I mean? Yeah. You see? So we have to know what I can. Now the man now, the scribe and the Pharisees saw this woman, and threw them a lust after the woman too. So then carried the woman to Christ and said, you're a woman keeping adultery. And when they really brought her to Christ, Christ said, well, anyone of you that don't have a sin, cast the first one at her. And they go inside and reason and say, well, eventually them just step and leave the woman alone with Christ. You see what I mean? Then now they go along now and say now, when they are turning high again, and we observe, you find that the man is gone. And they I say to the woman, where's all your accuser? And she said, they are gone. He said, woman, I don't condemn you, but go thy way and sin no more. You see, so we have to straighten up ourselves. Yeah. The Father no condemn none, but when you get to the truth, you must live to the truth now and don't do anything that again. That's why there's a principle among the daughters them. You never know, say, well, living with this man and leaving and live with that man and live, it is wrong. Yeah. You see? But it comes to a time when that you realize and understand. You know? So you must try to live to the truth now. Father, I say, never condemn you. You see? Never condemn you. But now you're going to know the truth, now you so must live to it, and you must go back to that again. Take our ancient father again, Jacob. He living with his uncle Laban, and he married 2 daughters. Laban 2 daughters for his wife. You understand? And when he was leaving out of Egypt, out of Laban's house, he leave his daughter have a maid. And he lived with 4 women. And that four women rise up the 12 tribe of Israel. 12 patriarch. 4 women. And he never commit no sin. Because those women was never touched by the next man, only him alone. So how he living a clean life. Take up on Samuel father. Samuel father have 2 wives. One who have no children and one have. And the one who have children are with a provoke the other one say, what, you're a mule? Or what do you work on? I can't pick it up. You know what I mean? Until she pray in the temple, you know, and pray the father, and the high priest, he lie, seeing that she in the temple, and I pray and I make sign, but and I now move, he lie, he said to her, say, but you know, you look like you drink too much rum, you drink too much strong drink. He said, no, my lord, I never taste of a strong drink. But I in the spirit of the Most High, calling to the Father for mercy, that I may obtain a child. You see? And eventually our prayer was heard. You know? And when she leave the feast, every celebration every year, and when she leave and go home, then she conceive. And bear a son as this father, he and just call his name Samuel. You see? So having 1 or 2 or 3 wives is no wrong doing you're doing. But certify that is not a carnal life that you are living. Certify that you, this one, the 2 of you or the 3 of you must link together. These 3 daughters must link together. But simply mean to say, you can't leave and go deal with another man. And this one king man rule this up. And that one king man rule that house, or that king man rule that 2 or 3 daughters or 4 daughters. You can't, any man go in the midst of that thing dead. Any man try to force him this up, he's a dead man that. Because you were breaking the covenant of the ancient order. You see what I mean? So it's not wrong really, but it's to keep the as they receive them. That is one, but it's keeping of them.
Yeah.
So if you know you can't keep them, don't touch it. If you know you can't keep the order, that don't touch them. Leave them alone. Because they say best for you to enter in the kingdom without no wife. You understand? Want to have a wife and enter into hellfire. You see the tradition? So it's a very peculiar tradition, the order in Nyahbinghi, the righteous order. It's a very peculiar one. That's why enough man don't be, man take on to the faith, but then get enough man afraid of your order there, you know. Plenty man about that's afraid of it. The liberty, you know. Forget you be a clean man and a perfect man. You understand? The liberty is very peculiar, that you can live up to date. See yourself as a saint or a prophet. Aye, aye.